Welcome to the NAPE YouTube site 2025. And to start off 2025, NAPE proudly presents a new series of books and videos to entice children into reading, whatever their age. This 2024 award-winning series is starting to capture the imagination of children across the world. This video was not sponsored by the author, but as a videographer and primary educationalist, this series caught my eye. How often are we in danger of giving dull and lifeless books to children? Well, this series completely blows that problem apart. TB Marmaduke, author and illustrator of Cheer Up Grumpy Grumpster and Piggitt's Pizza Party, are books in the South Gilly Farm Series. In this video, he talks about his motivations for starting this series, and a little later on, he will demonstrate, using pencil and black outline biro, how to draw these bigger-than-life characters. In the series, TB uses bright colours and humour to engage with his young audience, with a lesson here and there about friendship, teamwork, and even eating habits. Enjoy.
Pizza! Who wants a slice? Delicious! Oh man, I love pizza. Oh, hey everybody! I'm TV. Today we're going to read my story, Patty Piggitt's Pizza Party. So grab your copy of Patty Piggitt's Pizza Party and we'll get reading.
Duke, welcome to the NAPE YouTube site. Thank you very much for coming on our site today. And you're going to tell us all about your reading material, specially designed for children. So we'll get into that a bit, if you may. So welcome, anyway.
Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor.
So can you tell us something about yourself and let us sort of understand what motivated you to do this South Gilly Farm Series?
Well, I am a father of two young girls, and they are my age. They're definitely inspiring. We all love to draw. We all love to laugh. And we all love music. And the South Gilly Farm Series is definitely a combination of all of that. A little bit of silliness, but a little bit of learning here and there. And my girls inspire me. And this is it. This is the product of that inspiration.
Wonderful. And what a motivation to have two daughters to push you forward in your exploits on South Gilly Farm Series, or should I say the animals' exploits.
Yeah.
So I've noticed you do a fair amount of drawing when I look at your site, as well as now producing the books, which include your drawings. So what came first? Was it the drawings and books, or did they come together?
Oh, that's a great question. I have a few stories under my belt that I haven't even published yet. The one that I'm working on currently working on is the one that I've been working on the longest. And so it was a bit of a story first, then characters. And my earliest story goes back about 5 years when my youngest was real young. And the characters never kind of made it on paper until a couple of years ago, because you're talking about Smokey Duke. His name changed even a few times, so to actually get that out of your head onto the paper when you draw it, it's like, that ain't him, that ain't him, that ain't him. And then one day you go, that's him. And then once you got that kind of confidence in those characters, the other ones kind of tend to fall in place because you got the idea of the style. Because I've got a style, illustration style. But you didn't know how the tone was going to be. But once the tone of the style kind of appeared and was apparent, that's when it kind of came along a little bit faster. So a bit of story first, then drawing, then a bit more story, a bit more drawing, and it kind of evolved like that until last year when I my first book came out, Cheer Up Grumpy Grumpster, and then I've been working real hard at it since. So now there's no stopping me.
that first book you mentioned, have you got it to hand at the moment?
Yes. So this is Cheer Up Grumpy Grumpster. So the main character in this is Grumpy Old Bob. He's the bull.
Yeah.
I won't give too much away, but they do manage. Well, do they manage to cheer him up?
Uh-huh.
But the story is over him on the farm. This is an easier one for younger kids to understand.
I understand.
It's a lot simpler. The second book is a little bit more advanced.
Yeah. So, in terms of the characters themselves, where did you get your ideas for the characters? Because they're quite zany, aren't they?
Well, I guess when you're telling a story to your daughter, you want to you got to keep their attention, and sometimes when you're telling the same story night after night, you want to make them a little bit more, stand out a bit more. So yeah, zany is a good way to describe it. There are a lot of cows and a lot of there are a lot of bulls and a lot of chickens and all that in literature, and I just thought, what would mine be? What would the Marmaduke kind of style of those animals be? So we got a Royski rooster. And some of the characters are inspired by friends, loosely inspired by friends. And
I'm sure your friends don't look anything like the characters.
Some of them act a little bit like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So is it just a straightforward story, or is there an underlying message underneath each of the books?
Well, each book is there's a lot of books out there that especially nowadays tend to have a pretty hard message, and I like to keep it more fun. I mean, I think a lot of underlying message in mine is to enjoy the book. There's a little bit of element of teamwork here. There's a little bit of element of being kindness, and I try to keep it light. There are a lot of books out there that have their focus, and that is, that's for that. That's the joy and beauty of a book.
So it sort of sits on the story itself.
Yeah. It's a lark. It's a lark.
Yeah. Well, that's great. And am I right in thinking the age group is sort of primary age child from 5 to 11, perhaps?
Yeah. Grumpy Grumpster is definitely a little younger. I would say between. Well, as young, I've seen 2-year-olds enjoying it. So 2 to 5, you got to with these books. You got to hone in on those age groups.
Yes.
My second book, this one here, Patty Piggitt's Pizza Party. We'll get onto in a minute. This is slightly a bit more advanced. I would say 2-year-olds to 7-year-olds can enjoy that. And then my most recent one, I would say, is about the same. My books are currently my eldest is 8 years old, and I'm kind of keeping it on what I can understand.
So as they get older, will your books go older? Is that the idea?
Perhaps. But also, I don't know yet. I mean, I kind of like. I think I found my kind of flow with the way that the books can be at the minute. But I may grow with the books. But I may, knowing me, I may not. I may. A lot of it is. I enjoy the drawing as well. So the storyline and the drawing,
yes,
they go hand in hand. The illustrations will dictate the story to me as well.
Yeah,
and I'm enjoying it. So we'll see. There's I see a lot of scope for this. It's taken me a while to get the confidence to get out there and get these books out there, because I didn't, and plus, my kids being younger, I finally got a little bit more time to do this. So because I've been busy the last 3 years.
That's great. That's a great idea. Now you do have a YouTube channel which match up with the books.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes, each book has got its own read along video. It's a fairly new channel, so this year it only began it's not even a year old, so
Yeah.
it's in its early stage. I'm to kind of find my feet with that as well. But I'm hoping for some growth this year. Everybody that has enjoyed my videos, so I just want to get them out there.
Good. Okay, because what I'm going to do is now we'll just stop for a minute and we'll watch a short clip from one of your videos.
Hey everybody, thanks for stopping by. My name's TV. Today we're reading Cheer Up Grumpy Grumpster, the story about grumpy old Bob and his friend. He's such a grumpy grumpster. You think his friends will be able to cheer him up? There's only one way to find out. Let's get reading. Cheer Up Grumpy Grumpster by TB Marmaduke.
Hey, Peg,
Said Peck.
why is Bob always so grumpy? Well, Peg,
Answered Beck.
I just don't know. But let's try cheering him up.
They got some friends who just might be able to help them out. Hey, Bob!
Rock-a-doodle-doo!
Roysky Rooster rocks a rambunctious rock-a-doodle-doo. But Bob mumbles, he's such a grumpy grumpster. Hey, Bob! Ginger Jerry Gerbil juggles giant gem squashes. Bob grunts. Bah! He's such a grumpy grumpster.
If we can now move on to, we talked about your choice of characters, and you say it's actually quite easy if you know how to do it to draw one of your characters. The viewers would love it to actually see a video of you drawing one of your characters, so teachers and children can understand how it can be done quite simply. Can you do that for us?
Of course. Let's do it.
Right, let's put that on now.
Hey everybody, it's Duke here, and we're going to just continue our drawing. We've done Molly moving something left there, and we're going to do Grumpy Old Bob. Now his head's like a triangular shape with the horns coming around. He's got a big hump behind him because he's a bull that's always got the hump. He's got big, huge arms. There's the hump. He's got big, muscular arms because he's a big bull. So we draw those shapes, and he's got short little legs like that and hooves. He is a bull anyway. He's always got like big, thick caterpillar eyebrows and a big old frown. So we draw big nostrils. We follow his cheek, and he's got fringe, and we trace around the shape of his horn, his eyes. He's always very upset, like he's grumpy about something. Maybe he's always hungry, like me. And we draw the other horn, and we trace around the hump. He's got the hump like a camel. He's always got the hump. Now we trace around the shapes, his big arms, big muscular arms. I wouldn't want to mess with him, this grumpy guy. But you know he's got a heart of gold. Anyway, he's got his little hoofs there. And he's coming together. We're going to trace around his nostrils. Just follow the shape with our biro pen. And we just trace around the shapes and bring our grumpy grumpster to life. There you go. He's saying, I ain't moving, Molly. I ain't dancing. Maybe give me a burger. That might cheer me up. And just follow around those big arms. He's got big muscular arms. The hump. The bottom of his shirt there, his jeans. He's always wearing jeans over his hoofs. And there he is. Thanks for watching. Later, taters.
Now, in terms of the books themselves, where can parents and teachers, schools see and order these books?
Well, you can get them off of the Amazon, or you can get them through my website, which I'm sure you'll be able to. It's TB Marmaduke.
That's right.
Excuse me, tvmarmaduke.com.
Yeah, because I've noticed on your website you have different countries. You click on the correct country.
We're worldwide.
Because it's international. It's worldwide. Yeah. Duke, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. Bye for now.
Like I said, it's been an honor. Thank you.
Bye-bye.